My name is Steve Vargas Betancourt, truth seeker, knowledge keeper, builder of what must be rebuilt. This is chapter 2, the roots, las raíces. Peace, my people. This is the continuation of our sacred breakdown of the book Aleyo, de la Oscuridad a la Luz, by Oriaté el Doctor David a la Aggayú. Chapter 2 is titled Las Raíces, the roots. And I gotta say this now. This work is not about a person. It's about spirit. I do not walk with personas. I walk with truth. While I respect David's faculty, his flow, and his grind, I don't align with the pride, the name dropping, the boasting. Because wisdom, it's revealed. And none of us own truth. We're just vessels of it. So I bring this to the English-speaking community as someone who honors the knowledge while staying real about how it's delivered. So let's dive in. Section 1 in chapter 2. Before we say anything, let's understand what this religion isn't. Let's start by getting one thing clear. This ain't santeria, quote unquote. That term santero, in actuality, it's vulgar. It was never ours. It was a name given to mock us. Originally, it described the people who made statues of saints, not those who worked with orisha. So when we call ourselves santeros, we're wearing a label made by others. And that in and of itself is dangerous because naming has power. When you let others define your path, your practice, your title, you give up your own alignment. This chapter is about roots. And if you don't dig into the true root, the fruit will lie to you. Section 2. The origins of a word don't define the essence of the practice. Here's the real. Just because someone says santeria doesn't mean they're wrong in their intention. That's the language they inherited. But that don't mean we gotta stay there. Our people came from Africa through trauma and bondage, carrying wisdom across oceans. So when we speak of Lucumí, when we speak of Ocha, we speak of a code that survived slavery, persecution, colonization, and that code speaks through Orisha. Now, the term La Regla de Ocha, that's how we say it with dignity. It means the rule of the Orishas, not just a religion, a way of life, a sacred system passed down through blood, ceremony, and ache. Section 3. This path ain't about hype. It's about alignment. This ain't about who's crowned what. This ain't about titles. It's about who's walking right. We've turned this sacred tradition into clout chasing. But Orisha don't care how many followers you got, or how many statues you own, or who gave you a certificate. What matters is your walk, your discipline, how you treat elders, how you treat those who don't know yet. Aggayú says it very clear. Too many people out here talking loud, but walking weak. That's section 3. Section 4. We gotta stop blending it all without understanding. Spiritism ain't Ocha. Ocha ain't Palo. Palo ain't Ifa. They might coexist, but they ain't the same. And you can't walk with power unless you know what power you're walking with. This chapter breaks down how people confuse all these paths into one big mix. And when that happens, the roots rot. It's like taking medicine from 3 doctors at once without knowing what's in any of them. So if you're going to walk this path, know where you're standing. Section 5 of chapter 2. Orisha is not Catholic saints. This one's going to shake some people, definitely, right? Santa Bárbara is not Changó. La Virgen de la Caridad is not Ochun. Saints are saints. Orisha are Orisha. What the elders did, what the enslaved did, was survival. They used saint imagery to hide their truths, but don't confuse the disguise for the divine. This chapter pushes us to return to the original codes, not the borrowed costumes. Section 6. Not everyone is called to make santo. This part right here hits deep. David says, not everyone is meant to be crowned. Some folks are meant to serve without becoming priests. Others are meant to honor Orisha in their daily lives without ceremony. And some, they chase initiation without understanding. And they get hit with consequences they never saw coming. This ain't a game. Making santo is a covenant. It's a rebirth. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. Section 7. Hierarchy is real, but it ain't about ego. Let's talk about the roles. Babalaos, Oriatés, iyèrè, babalorishas, oloshas, aborishas. It's not about better than, quote unquote. It's about responsibility. You don't put the foot where the head goes. Each role is divine. Each role carries weight. It reminds me of the verse in the Bible in the book of Corinthians about the body. How the hand can't say to the eye, I don't need you. Same truth here. Respect each part or the whole body suffers. So now in closing, here's my heart. This chapter 2, Las Raíces, the roots, is about returning to truth, to the beginning, to the codes beneath the surface. And this book is heavy. It pulls from rare sources. It weaves lived wisdom and deep study. David paid a cost to bring this to life. And yes, his books are indeed expensive. But he probably paid 100 times that in time, labor, and sacrifice to compile it all. So I say, if you can't afford it now, let this series guide you. If you can, support the work. Because wisdom, real wisdom, was never meant to be hoarded. Wisdom shared is wisdom multiplied. This was Las Raíces, chapter 2. I'll see you in chapter 3. My name is Steve Vargas Betancourt, truth seeker, knowledge keeper, builder of what must be rebuilt. Ache.